We are back. We are finally back. A long, long hiatus, but rightfully so.
Yeah, World Cup, and it's only right. It's
It's
only right that we,
it's only right,
if we are gonna take a break,
right. But no, this is the Best of Rivals podcast. I'm Jordan J. Will. I got my boy D. Bev. What a World Cup! Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. What a World Cup final.
true, very true.
That final was it was next level, man. And we'll dive in a little bit more deeper, but
Yeah,
quick thoughts. It lived up to expectations for me, honestly. Was kind of skeptical at first, having the World Cup being moved to winter
yeah,
compared to the summer and everything. But man, when I say it was a shocker after shocker, group stages were crazy. We saw a lot of countries that don't really typically have power.
Morocco. Yeah,
Morocco, these countries coming out of nowhere. Japan.
Korea. Yep.
Yeah, it was nice, man, seeing that happen, and then obviously, depending on who's your goat, you either were
Yeah.
happy or you were upset.
You either love the World Cup or you hated it. There's no in between.
I'll talk about how I'm feeling, but what's up with you, bro?
I think overall we should never really have the World Cup in the winter ever again because it's ramifications because all the players that were injured.
Yeah,
Um, we played Senegal in the round of 16. No Mane, like it makes such a big difference, bro.
yeah,
So that was a little bit annoying. However, I mean that final, you cannot that final was so good for all of world football, especially the US, because the US is like, we know they're not about the football life as much, but when they see a final like that, you can't deny that the sport's incredible.
yeah.
At its peak, the sport is nuts. So, if anything, this World Cup helped out Canada, USA, the young players that we may see in 10, 12, 16 years from now. So, in that respect, yeah. I mean, great final. Great final. Obviously, your team kind of went out as expected. Our team, same thing. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, to speak on the U.S., we obviously I think we're headed in the right direction. We have players playing in a lot of the Premier Leagues around the world. So I am happy about that, but it doesn't translate when we aren't playing players like Gio Reyna, who's on the bench, and I don't want to hear the whole he's getting into it with the coaching staff
Doesn't
and
matter.
management when he's one of your best creative players on a pitch on
He's
a
probably the
team,
best player in the team.
but over Christian. I mean, because Christian was balling too. Let me be real, but that's what I'm saying. Like watching the U.S. play, it was just Christian creating and nobody else.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a
McKinney's
good
not
team.
gonna do it.
It's not a good team now. I mean, if you look at it, bro, maybe they'll get there in 8 years, 16 years, bro. They're nowhere near.
Not right now.
Yeah,
Still young and wet behind the ears.
yeah. But even then, it's just like plus the manager. I mean,
Like I don't understand the reasoning. And then you try to put him on at the last minute, in desperation. What happens? He creates a goal and everything.
yeah,
So it's like, what were you doing?
very strange. Yeah, a lot of the U.S. sort of decisions didn't make a lot of sense. However, bro, you could arguably say that they played the best out of our entire group.
Oh, we went undefeated, quote
Yeah,
unquote, for
yeah, yeah,
for a little bit.
yeah.
We had a couple draws and we had a dub, but yeah, we played. It was sound football, but it was obviously not good enough to compete with the dominant teams.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but again, you guys kind of expected to be around round of 16, maybe quarterfinals would have been great. Um, you know, our expectations were pretty simple. We have to win it, or else it's a,
I mean, speaking of England, I know personally how you felt with the squad going in.
Yeah.
You didn't have any high hopes. You
well,
didn't.
the squad's great. The squad's great.
You know what I mean, though. Overall,
Yeah.
talent wise, on paper, you guys are good, but
the-
overall, coaching, management,
Coaching, mentality, all these types of
Yeah.
things, bro. It's just, I wasn't surprised. The reality is, France, they weren't that great. Injuries. Again, another one that's just so lucky for Gareth Southgate. I mean, the teams that we had to play, Senegal with no Mane and no Idrissa Gueye. France with no Benzema, Pogba. Like, bro, he gets it so easy, and he still can't. He still can't complete the task.
Yeah.
So, and now he's back. He's back again. So, I might switch my nationality. I don't know.
It's over with.
Yeah.
Hey, so the Euros, you're not English anymore?
Yeah.
Hey, just come.
In the Euros?
Listen, what you should do is, with those tournaments, become an American, because we win the Gold Cup.
I was about to say the Gold Cup.
We win the Gold Cup, bro. We got Mexico's number. They don't want to see us. We do it.
I'm so down.
Recently at least we got their number. But
I do got the passport.
See, this man got different visas and everything.
They don't think I'm English anyway. So.
No, but while we still on the FIFA World Cup and everything, who was your standout team or player from the tournament? Who caught your eye and you were like, man, this person's impressive, or this team's impressive?
I'm not like one of these people that's crazy about goal scorers.
You
know? Obviously goals, everything, that's what matters the most. But I'm not a big goal scorer guy. However, Mbappe, bro, I mean, how many goals did the guy score? A hat-trick in the World Cup final cannot be debated. And the fact that the young player of the tournament was Enzo Fernandez, that is crazy. Listen, did he play well? Yes, absolutely. Is he now some overhyped player, 100 million plus? Yeah, he is. I don't know if you guys want to get him, Liverpool, Chelsea, go ahead. I think he's a good player. But, bro, Mbappe, how many goals did he score? Like 12 or something? Like, bro,
he got the golden boot.
But he didn't get young player.
I mean, do you consider him a young player still, though?
He was in the... Yeah.
I get that. He's in the race, right? But the last, 3 to 4 years, we all know Mbappe. He has made that known. He's here. He's not young. He's not young anymore.
And that's what's so
in
incredible.
That sense.
That's what's so incredible. We don't even think about him as a young player, even though he is. He won a World Cup and almost won a World Cup.
All right, so that's your standout player from the World Cup.
To be.
Okay, all right.
Other than that, maybe Harry Maguire, but
no, Harry was.
He was terrible. Come on.
I actually saw him play a little bit, and he was decent for a little stretch. He you know what it was though, and you talked about it before with Harry. I don't even want to give this guy any shine right now. He's a bum. We're not gonna go to the New Year speaking on him like that. But you mentioned before, you said I guess Southgate considers him English best defender.
Yeah. Because
he's surrounded by just great talent.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to hide and mask how bad he is as a defender, bro, or as a player.
100%. I mean, like, it's so obvious that and this is the whole thing with Southgate, bro. He says, I'm going to take players on form. Maguire's the fourth choice center back for Man United. So none of that makes sense. However, I don't think our defending was the problem. We just don't know how to attack.
Yeah.
We don't know how to go forward as a team. There was so much to critique.
Yeah.
The fact that, I mean, he was playing a 4-3-3, sure.
Yeah.
He was really playing like a 5 because Declan Rice was basically playing center back.
Yeah.
The entire match.
Right.
So, obviously, what we did see is Bellingham once again shine. But, yeah, just overall, get me out of the World Cup, back to the Premier League. I'm not going to say where it really matters because the World Cup is the biggest competition in sports.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel like we were watching the World Cup for the majority of it. I felt we were like that World Cup final saved that World Cup. I'll say that.
So check it, yeah. I'm about to go in. I've been saving it, as a Ronaldo fan. I've been saving it. I had to sit here and watch these Messi diehards just sit and smile in my face and laugh and make these jokes, right?
Yep.
And I'm watching this tournament. I'm watching it play out. And I can say that my standout player, I can go the obvious route. I could say Messi because he balled out, quote unquote, or I could say Cody Gakpo because he got a contract from Liverpool from this, right? I could say these obvious answers. But to me, the standout player, and just like you said, it all came from that final of the whole tournament.
You got me on this one, okay?
You know what I'm going to say, right?
Who? My boy?
Martinez, the goalie for Argentina, man.
Boo.
That bum.
He was great.
How are you going to sit here and ridicule Mbappe and make all these jokes. You know, act like you've been there before. You haven't, obviously. You're 30 years old, but you haven't been there before. And I'm sorry, I'm going to speak on it. To me, it was just a disgrace. That's why I don't respect. I know this isn't Messi's fault, but it's why I don't respect Messi. Because he's surrounded by just nothing but boys. Excuse my language,
dang.
but I'm going off, man. I'm sounding off.
Way.
I'm sounding off, bro. I'm sounding off.
Okay, so you didn't like his actions in the final.
His antics were just terrible, bro. I don't like.
Here's the thing.
Terrible.
Here's the thing. Sure, you and I can sit here and say that. However, let's say you're a player. Let's say you're an Argentinian fan, right? Would you take Martinez's antics, even though they were legal, I guess technically, would you take his antics and a World Cup, or would you just have a plain Jane goalkeeper and hope for the best?
I see what you're saying.
Listen, I'm all about being fair. I don't, as long as the ref doesn't.
My thing is, it's just a difference. You got the Iker Casillas of the world. Yeah. You know, you got the Manuel Neuers. You know, you got those guys. Listen, Courtois, who all won goalkeeper of the year. I mean, goalkeeper of the tournament for the World Cup, right? You also know who just won? The guy from Argentina. Yeah. He isn't on that level, and that's what makes me so upset and what I hate. That's what I hate. Good. He shouldn't have won goalkeeper of the tournament, though.
Who should have?
Give it to Morocco's goalie.
You don't even know his name. He was great, though.
He was good. I
was thinking, like, when I was watching the Morocco games, like, bro, this guy's about to get a contract. He's about to come to the league.
He's getting a contract, yeah.
Yeah. No, listen, great point. Morocco did give up, I believe, the least amount of goals in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And he won a penalty shootout damn near single-handedly. So, sure, but at the end of the day, Martinez, I think it's fair. He's been a great goalkeeper for 2-3 years now. Like, he's always been decent, but these last 2-3 years have been fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean, listen, we can dislike him, but I don't think he cares that much.
All right. Okay. All right. Maybe I was a little salty. Maybe just a little bit. A tad.
And he had some really good saves in the game.
So let me be sound in. All right. Let me actually have some thought here and think about this.
Okay.
And I know who's actually a standout, the most impressive, bar none, in my opinion. I mean, you got Mbappe, right? That's obvious, though. We all knew he's gonna ball out.
Yeah.
But you're a boy.
I know.
From Man City.
Yep. I told you.
He called it, guys. Early in the season, he's been saying this boy he's right there.
I said Aguero 2.0.
He has it. He has it, bro.
For those who don't know, is it Julian or is it Julian?
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say Julian Alvarez.
Julian Alvarez.
I think it's Julian Alvarez.
Bro,
you know me with these names, bro.
Yeah.
I never want to butcher them.
I'm not trusting you with the names.
Julian Alvarez, bro.
So good.
The goal, the one from Messi. Mm-hmm. He clears it in. He's just really poised around,
21 or something like that.
Do you think he's gonna be a focal point at City now? Because my thing is, I never want to hop on these bandwagons when it comes to City players like that, because I always think about who's your boy who was popping last year, a couple years ago, at striker.
Not Sane.
No.
Oh, Jesus? No.
Torres.
Ferran Torres.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never want to get wrapped into that situation again.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a little, tiptoeing with Julian Alvarez, but from what I'm seeing so far from this season with City and now with Argentina as the second man on that team, everyone thinking it might be Di Maria, but he's aged. Yeah. He's getting up there. He's done. He had a great game though in the final. He had a great game, but Alvarez,
your favorite.
Stop it.
Listen, it's so funny watching the Man City rejects, the Man United rejects. It's so funny to watch them ball out in the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, listen, I think, Julian Alvarez is for real. He's for real. And the fact he's only 21, he's not going to, now start over Haaland.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
And the reality is he's barely going to play with Haaland. The reality is he's here to get better in smaller games, in the games where... But think about it, if Haaland gets injured, are we scared?
Yeah.
No, because we have this guy.
Also... This might sound crazy and idiotic, but I was just thinking about this. You brought up Haaland. We didn't see him in the World Cup because we all know that, squad didn't qualify and everything, right? I think we need to change this.
Oh, God.
A player of that caliber should not be sitting at home. Listen to me. So you know what we're gonna do?
Others.
Since they wanna, have all these requirements and things that play into you and your nation
He can play
qualifying,
for
right?
England.
No, scratch that.
He can't, like, legitimately can play for England.
I think your personal achievements at club should take into account. So say listen to me. Say he wins a Premier League or a Champions League with Man City, plus 3 points for Norway.
Yo, that's hilarious, but it's kind of funny, bro.
Like, cause like he need what I'm saying is his squad isn't good enough. We all know that, right?
Well, they're not bad, but yeah, it's going to be hard for them to guarantee a spot.
Right. But if he, does his just due, and
Bro,
I think that plays
that
should play a
interesting.
part.
Like, yeah, like individual player accolades.
Yes.
Like, that's not bad, bro. I think listen, it's a raw idea. It's a little sticky.
Of
if
course.
you kind of dive deeper.
Of course. So many variables,
So many. However, listen, I hate most of your ideas, but that's
I hate most
that's an interesting idea though, right? Because, like, remember, like, for example, Sweden, Ibrahimovic, like,
Yes.
great player playing on a team that's not necessarily going to compete.
Right.
There's tons of players like that. Aubameyang for Gabon. It's like not really going to compete, That's interesting, bro.
Yeah.
I'll have to send that one to Todd Bowley, see if he can.
See if he'll approve it.
Yeah.
I think old Todd.
He'll definitely approve it.
Old Todd over there in Chelsea. But to finish this up, this World Cup little rant we have here, I think, the topic at hand, the conversation obviously is, Messi gets the World Cup. It's the one thing that everyone said he needed to put him on top as the GOAT. That's what separates him and Ronaldo now. Is the debate over? No more Messi versus Ronaldo?
Yeah. Listen, if you liked Ronaldo over Messi, you liked him for a particular reason. If you liked Messi over Ronaldo, you liked him for a particular reason. However, if we are looking at this think about the arguments that people make for Ronaldo, the arguments that people make for Messi. One of the arguments against Messi was he hasn't done it on the international level. He then goes and wins Copa America?
Yeah.
And now he wins World Cup. That argument against him is now over. So I think it's personally very, very difficult to bet against that. I hate the GOAT conversation. However, if you go on Messi over Ronaldo, you might like Ronaldo more, but it's very difficult to argue against Messi. Very difficult at this point. Because it's not like he was just like carried to the final. It's not like he was okay. He was pretty good throughout the entire tournament.
You done?
I'm done. I have no horse in the race here, Jay. You're biased.
BS. I'm not hearing any of it. It's cap. It's
Okay.
cap.
Okay, hold on. If I'm not mistaken, Messi's 34, maybe 35. Ronaldo's at this point damn near retired. Ronaldo's career essentially at the highest level is over. Messi still has at least 2-3 more years, okay? Is there any chance in your mind that Messi can catch Ronaldo in terms of the GOAT conversation?
Here's the thing. Cristiano has claimed the throne as GOAT about 3 years ago. He finished that up when he went on that run with Madrid, right? It was done. Everyone knew it. Check it out. Watch how this all pieces together. Story time with Jay Will. I'm about to teach y'all something. So he goes on a what? Is it 3-peat for the Champions League with Madrid?
I think so.
Him, Benzema, and Bale, they go stupid. They go crazy, right?
Yeah.
But then Cristiano wants to leave.
To Juve, yep.
He wants out, right? And then what happens? Luka Modric gets Ballon d'Or over Cristiano. We all knew that was a robbery. So that was one they were saying like, hey, this will put you. No, listen to me. This will put you over Messi. And we all know, let's be real, the Spanish have influence. There's like 3 countries that run football, the football world. The Spaniards, the French, and the English. We all know it.
Low key. That is kind of low key true. Yeah.
We all know it.
Okay.
So check it. He leaves Madrid. Madrid is the biggest Spanish club. Yep. They run everything. They want to start a super club.
Yep.
A super league. They wanted that.
Yep.
I'm telling you, they were like, nah, we're not gonna give him Ballon d'Or. We're gonna mess him up for that. His whole image kind of went down a little bit. It was like, Cristiano was beefing with Madrid teammates. He wanted out. Basically what happened with Man United. So I moved to England again. I moved to England now.
Wait, Italy then England, but yeah.
Right. Skipping over Italy though, because they're not. We respect them, but they're not England, and then Spain.
Okay.
You move over to England. What happens? He comes. It's happy. It's Ronaldo. We love him
for a year.
But then something happens.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, the same thing again. He was acting up in the locker room. Reputation is terrible.
Okay.
But
okay.
And this is leading to the World Cup. And what do you have? You have Messi on the other end with Ronaldo. And you go to Portugal. When he was playing with them, they were still winning. They took him out. They performed a little better. If you're winning, why would you even try to fix it?
Yeah.
That fucks up chemistry.
It was
you see what I'm saying?
a little bit weird that Ronaldo just randomly was on the bench. I will say that for sure.
Bro.
At the same time, listen, okay.
All I'm saying is to clean it up. The odds were stacked against Ronaldo from day one since he's left Madrid.
So these last 3-4 years.
Yes, and United.
Okay.
Because he comes to the World Cup. Obviously, the team doesn't seem like they're really with him. And then you have Messi on the other hand, who is being gifted. Let's be real. He performed well in the World Cup. He's balling. I watched the guy. I saw him. Amazing. I tip my cap to him, right?
No, you don't.
Listen to me though. These are facts I'm saying. He balled out. Mm-hmm. We know that. He got the golden ball. Whatever. But he also had the most penalty kicks. He was gifted penalties. He had 4 PKs, 6 goals, 4 PKs. What does that tell you? He scored two goals in live action play. We saw it in the World Cup. Di Maria went down. It was not a foul. It was not a PK. They give Messi a penalty. Bro, I'm telling you. It's a fairy tale ending, and it brings ratings. It brings money. They all wanted Messi to win. It's agenda Ronaldo, and I'm fed up because we're not going to speak on the GOAT like that. He is the GOAT. He will always be the GOAT. He's King Ronaldo, and I've had enough.
Okay. Question, because
fed up.
This is where the bias goes too far for me. Okay. So I was wondering how all of that mattered in the GOAT conversation, and I don't think a lot of it does. However, yes, Ronaldo's had a hard time of last year for sure. Some of that maybe was his own doing. Some of it maybe not. We don't know the full details. However, if Messi, let's just say, he wins the Champions League for the next 3 years in a row at PSG.
Yep.
Is he not the GOAT? Because and the reason I'm saying that, because obviously that's super extreme, right? I hear you. The reason I'm asking that is because from my perspective, it looks like you have no ground to give. It's I love Ronaldo. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what Messi does.
No. My reasoning is, let's be real. If I'm being honest with you, no BS. All BS aside. Yeah, it's a lot of banner right now with me and Messi.
Okay.
I respect the win, right? But on some real shit, from my logic, the way I'm thinking, Ronaldo has how many Champions Leagues?
I don't even know.
5, I believe,
it's
right?
Like 5.
I believe he has 5. Pretty sure Messi has 4. Hear me out.
Yes.
Champions League is a grouping of the best clubs from each league in the world.
Yes.
Correct? That is essentially what the World Cup is as well. PSG and Argentina are dead ass the same team. If not, PSG is better. So he should be in the Champions League, balling out every year, winning.
I agree with that.
Ronaldo, on the other hand, was every year a tournament, considering the best players, he's balling out, and he has 5 of them. And he won a Euros. You can say he didn't do anything in the final, but he led the squad there. Okay. So I don't understand this whole argument of Messi getting a World Cup puts him over the edge. Well, no, Ronaldo already had a major tournament and 5 Champions Leagues.
Okay. Did Messi get closer?
Yes, he got closer.
Okay. That's all I need.
Yes, he got closer, but it's not over. It's not over. This whole is just done. It's Ronaldo. Stop it. And you know what's funny too?
Let's go to that. Ronaldo's career is not over?
No, you want to know what? You want to know why it's not over? Because this time last year, if I
I swear I can remember. Messi was struggling like a motherfucker. He was going through it, and we all thinking it is over for Messi. He's done. Hear me out. Ronaldo on the other end was balling out for United. He's taking us out the trenches. Right? Flip it to this year. It's the opposite. Messi's balling again, and Ronaldo's down. I'm telling you, once he leaves Man United again, he's banging in 20 goals. His career is not over.
Where's he going to?
I have ideas where I think he should go and where he would fit in.
He's going to Saudi Arabia.
Bro, he's not going to Saudi Arabia. He's not going for the money. He doesn't need it. He wants to compete. Stop playing with Ronaldo, bro. What's wrong with y'all?
Listen,
Cristiano, I got you, bro. They got you messed up around here, man.
Listen, here's the thing. The reason he hasn't
Saudi Arabia.
The reason he hasn't signed the deal yet is because he wants another club to come in. No other club's coming in, bro. I don't. You have to understand, bro. His career essentially is done. You just have to accept it. Okay, and here's the thing. We got a couple more podcasts before the January transfer window, right? Let's see what happens. Because from what I see, where is he going to go?
Yeah.
He wants to go to a Champions League team.
100%.
Bayern, they're not going to take him. Any team in England, they're not going to take him. Chelsea being an outside chance. PSG, obviously not. Any of the Spanish teams, no. Where's he going to go? Listen, he might go to Atletico. Might. And even then, probably not, because Simeone's a coach.
Well, if João Felix comes over to United.
If he comes over, that's the only way.
Obviously,
maybe.
there may be some.
But even then, they're in the Europa League. They're not even in the Europa League, actually. They're out. Bro, his career's done. Listen, I was never the massive Ronaldo fan until last year, what he did for Man U. He came in under terrible circumstances.
How was that the time when you became a fan
No.
of Ronaldo?
Let me tell you. Because, no, let me tell you. This is really easy to explain. Actually, I liked him at his first stint in Man U. Bro. I liked him. I liked him. Bro, every time I watched a Real Madrid game, every time, zero work for the team.
Well, yeah, that's
listen.
You're right.
Everything was.
You're right.
I'm
That's
not.
true.
Listen,
That's
I'm
true.
saving my energy. The second I get it down the ring, I'm gonna do my weird, unique sprint. If I lose the ball, I might try to get it back. If another teammate scores, I'm not gonna go celebrate with him. Just a horrible attitude. That type of player that I just really don't like to watch. Okay, regardless of his greatness. Okay, Juve, whatever, he does his thing. He comes back to Man U, bro, under terrible circumstances, and he's running for the team. He's working for the team. He's scoring. Bro, what was not to like about Ronaldo last year? It was fantastic. So, at this point, I think we just had to all accept it, bro. Like, this idea that he's like, bro, he's lost a massive step from last year. Massive. And for whatever reason, it just is, So listen, I think his best thing is he goes to Saudi Arabia eating pat stats and he gets a bunch of money. I really think that he might as well do it.
I disagree with he's lost a massive step.
Bro, he can't score.
No. Listen to me. I disagree with that because this time last year he had who? Ali and Ralph, correct?
Yeah.
Two managers who have no fucking philosophy of what they're doing. Ali doesn't know shit about managing, and then Ralph is a fucking
no.
He's a scout.
Ralph knew what he was talking about.
No, Ralph. He's a scout.
Oh,
He's a football head. He's not a manager though. Tactical wise, he doesn't know what he's doing. My point is, you bring Eric Ten Hag in,
and now
who has a system.
He has a philosophy,
and Ronaldo does not fit it at all. We know that.
Understood.
So you put him in a different team, I feel like he still will ball out. He'll give you 18, 20 goals.
Okay,
you put him on a
cool. But what team? What Champions League level team?
Bro, I swear, if you put him on Liverpool, listen to me. If you put him on Liverpool right now, he would bang in 15 goals. You telling me Darwin Núñez got what, 6 right now in the Premier League?
I'm about to end this podcast.
Hey, he got 6 in the Premier League?
Listen, you know how
Darwin?
We all know.
Darwin?
Listen, you know what's funny about that? And maybe we could talk about that. I told you all he was trash. I told you.
Like, come on. So you telling me Ronaldo can't bang in 6 more of those too? 12?
Listen, I'm not saying he couldn't, but much like you just said about Ten Hag, he's not going to fit his philosophy. Is Ronaldo going to fit Klopp's philosophy? No. There's only one player that does not fit Klopp's philosophy, but he still plays him. That's Trent. Everyone else fits his philosophy. No, seriously.
You're nuts.
Trent's the only luxury player. Trent can have his hands on his sides,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But everyone else, no. So, yeah, bro. I mean,
Byron too. Byron Munich is another one. Also,
they're not going to do it, bro.
bro. I mean, they need something.
I don't think
They do. They have a good squad this year. They
have
do.
a ton of attacking players. They don't have an out-and-out striker. You're right.
Right.
But they do have a ton, bro. They've got like 7 or 8 really good attacking players. I think they're fine.
But they are essentially, it's hilarious. No pun intended. They are, even like they play in the German league. They are like the German national team of the
Pretty
Bundesliga.
much. Yeah.
They have so many fucking forwards.
Bro, you go watch Germany, you go watch Bayern Munich, it's the same team.
Same thing.
You know what I mean?
Like, come on.
It's been like that forever.
No, I hear you though. I do hear you.
I just think it's tough. You know, when you say his career's not done, it's like, okay, go find me a team in the Champions League. Because there's the thing, he won't accept a Newcastle. He won't accept a Sampdoria, or he won't accept a team of Valencia. He won't accept these teams, bro.
Yeah. All right. So, say it is over for my GOAT. Does that mean that Mbappe is possibly next up? How do you feel about that?
Much like how I just said about Ronaldo, I'm not the biggest fan of these types of players.
Right.
I'm just not.
I get it.
It's, however, won a World Cup and was probably the best player in the World Cup when he lost this year. Scoring a bunch of goals, doing pretty well in Champions League, obviously winning the league every year for PSG, most paid player in the world. Probably going to go to Real Madrid sometime soon. Everything's lining up for him,
I just think he has. I mean, the whole thing with him is. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
But I think, like, obviously we knew that he was well on his way to being considered all-time great.
Yeah.
He's won a World Cup, like you said, really young. Him and PSG have got to a Champions League final, haven't won though.
Yeah.
So he's hitting every little note, scoring goals like crazy.
Yeah.
Right. But I think the performance that he put on in that final against Messi, that was really like watching two boxers in the ring throw jab for jab. Oh, you knocked me down, I'm gonna knock you down too, bro. Like I've never really seen anything like it before.
Yeah. Watching
football. Like, I mean, obviously the next person up for me would be Haaland, up there with him, maybe with the young guys.
But his international career is never going to be this.
And that plays a huge part. Yeah. So, like, that's why I feel like.
Well, apparently to you it doesn't. If Messi just won the World Cup and you still don't like him. So.
Because I told you that Ronaldo won too, a Euro. Don't you start, bro. You stop it, man. You stop.
I'm joking.
I'm still pretty upset about that.
Well,
it hurt me seeing him go off the field, pitch crying and everything. But no, I think Mbappe is definitely I think he's next up, but he just has to wait until Messi and Ronaldo officially retire.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, he's a prettier footballer than Haaland, so any sort of like fan discussion or debate about who's going to be the new guy, it's always going to go to Mbappe because the skills and the flash, and Haaland's kind of a clumsy, how I don't know. I'm not big on the whole GOAT thing, but at the moment, how do you not say Mbappe? However, have we ever said like, who's the best Premier League player of all time? Jason Terry. Not Jason Terry, sorry. Who's it? John Terry.
John Terry.
Oh my goodness, I was going basketball for.
I was like, are you talking about the NBA? But
no.
John Terry.
John Terry. Like, he's arguably one of the best center backs, right? But we never think about him as like the best Premier League player of all time.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's the defender.
Yeah.
So like, my whole argument with this stuff is like, KDB could be considered one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
But he's not really, because he's not banging in goals.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really respect a lot of this, GOAT talk.
Yeah, I just think it definitely gets people, talking. And
have we ever had like a GOAT goalkeeper, a GOAT right back?
Yes.
Who?
In my opinion, the GOAT goalkeeper is Casillas.
Yeah, but he's never been considered like the GOAT of all time, like the greatest of all time, or the greatest in the moment for all players, for all positions. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Okay.
So these GOAT debates are like, it's so biased towards goal scorers.
Okay. I respect it. I see what you're saying. But to finish it off,
Real quick, could Bellingham change that? Because he's 19, captaining in his team, probably going to be the next captain of England. Clearly one of the best players in the world right now, in the hardest position. Does he change that over the next 3-4 years?
honestly, bro, no, because he's competing with a whole group of people who are right there with him as well.
Think so?
Um,
Musiala.
he right, exactly. Musiala, who had a great performance for Germany.
He's nowhere close, but he's good. He's nowhere close to Bellingham.
In what sense?
Bellingham is next level, bro.
Here, so check it.
Bellingham's running our team. He's running England.
So yeah, check it. I think what you're really valuing with Bellingham, and I respect so much too, because I know you as a person. He's a phenomenal leader.
At 19.
And he gets that a lot from Jordan Henderson. You saw it with the national team.
Yeah.
Henderson's like the big bro to him and everything. I respect Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a great midfielder, but he does his job. Good, but a great leader.
Yeah.
I think Bellingham is also a great player and a great leader.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The young guys, compared to him, they're not really leaders like that. They got skill, but that's it.
It's kind of what I'm saying.
So I do get that, you still got Phil Foden.
Yeah.
There's still some young players, Saka, who's balling right now. There's still some young players he's competing with.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So Haaland way above those guys, you're saying. Mbappe way above.
Yes, yeah. It's Mbappe right here. Haaland is that next one. And then
it's those group.
It's that group of people. Yes,
okay.
Exactly. And Jude may be at the top of that group.
Okay.
I will give you that. But I just think they're really, they're still battling. I got to see him go to a Liverpool or a Arsenal and lead that club to glory.
No, 100% agree. I think because all those other players that you've named, they're at the top clubs.
Right. Exactly.
At the end of the day, he's at the second best club in Germany, but the reality is that's just such a big gap from Bayern Munich. So
we've seen my boy. He hasn't really translated the way that people want him to.
Sancho?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming from the same club.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's dive right into it. I mean, World Cup, we're done. Thank you for what it was. Never again in a winter, though.
Yeah, 100% agree.
We don't want it.
It just wasn't great.
But Sancho, bro. We're gonna talk about Arsenal. They were, one of the first teams to play, and they did smack. Was it West Ham?
Yeah.
So they're looking pretty good. But I want to talk about Sancho.
Yep.
We all know that he didn't make the national team for England.
Of course. Yeah.
Which was kind of huge considering, he's one of the PK takers that miss and got all the criticism and all that crap, right?
Yeah.
Right? And rightfully so. I don't think
there was no shot he was making it this
right, exactly. Towards the end, especially these most recent games, you could say maybe early in the season when he was performing well, he had a shot, but then fell off. I get it, right?
And injured, apparently.
Exactly. Injured. But that's what I'm getting to. World Cup, we're done. We know he's not playing. We come over to Premier League now, and Ten Hag is playing this game of he's in rehab and rehabilitation, mental, what's really going on? So let me be real. I do not want to pass judgment or anything because I really don't know what the kid's going through. We don't know. No one knows. This could be a mental issue. I feel like recently in a row it has been. Everyone's on there I don't know.
Yeah.
On the edge of the hills and everything. It's just it's kind of crazy right now. So he could mentally be going through something. But I also need something more clear than that.
Yeah. When
you just spent so much money on this kid from BBB.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of him. He just disappeared, bro. And they're trying to act like nothing's going on, but it's fishy. It is fishy.
Well, let's say he comes back in sometime mid-January. Maybe goes off the bench, plays well. Next game, maybe starts, plays well. Is it just back to normal and we kind of forget this whole thing? Or is it there's a real issue with Sancho. They're going to sell him in January. They're going to sell him in the summer. What do you want to happen? Because let's look at it now, right? Imagine if they did get Gakpo. Where the hell is Sancho playing? He's definitely not going to start.
Well, so you just want to hop into the Man United stuff, huh?
I mean, it's the most juicy stuff. We're doing well. Arsenal's doing well. Man, you.
All right, let's get into it then.
It's a bigger story.
I've been hot, bro. Yeah, World Cup ended, and we come to the Premier League, and this is very vital for us right now. We're sitting at a very, very vulnerable spot. We either go up or we go down, because that's how close it is right now. And we had a moment to make a major deal, which I think would have changed the course of where we were going
this season.
Like for real,
mm-hmm.
And just in the future, bro, because it just fits. You have this kid from the Netherlands who fits Ten Hag's Dutch system, who's long and lanky, and in my opinion,
with skill,
he played pretty good. You saw him, right?
He was great,
man.
He's
great, bro. And I was like, oh, we're about to get him. I knew it. I was like, yeah, we got him.
All throughout the summer, they were looking at him too. And I think this is why when we talked about maybe a Casemiro deal being a little bit too much.
Panic buy,
when we saw the Antony price tag. The reality is we're not saying these players are bad. We're not saying these players wouldn't help Manchester United. What we are saying is those deals are probably the reason Gakpo is not a Manchester United player. So, and that could be justified by the owners or not. I think they should have got Gakpo. If it's 37 million.
37 million, bro.
But here's the thing. The reality is the way this type of stuff works is they were probably charging Man U a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Because they know how incompetent the Man U scout recruitment is.
Yeah.
They just know.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do too. However, Liverpool swoops in, much like it did with Darwin Núñez in the summer.
I was so bro, I'm telling you.
I couldn't believe it.
I'm watching our boy Fab on the Twitter line.
Yeah.
And anytime Fab tweets something, you guys know this if you follow football. Fab is like the Adrian Wojnarowski of football, bro.
That's a good comparison.
He knows his stuff. He's always valid. He's solid.
Yeah.
He tweeted saying that Man U and Cody was looking really prominent. Like,
yeah. They said, everything's agreed personal terms. They're just trying to get the price.
Bro, so I'm like, bet.
Yep.
Dude, I wouldn't say eight hours later,
he signed for Liverpool.
And I was like, yo, what?
Yeah. I think we kind of underestimated maybe like the whole Virgil van Dijk.
Oh,
thing,
that's what I was about to get to.
You know?
Virgil is the big brother, bro.
Yeah, he probably just grabbed him by the neck and said, yo, you're coming to Liverpool.
And it's so crazy because watching the Dutch play in the World Cup, you really see how close-knit of a brotherhood they are. Yeah. They really do come in as like, you're my brother. It's family. And I saw Virgil, the way he was interacting with the players on the field, bro. He's looked up to as like the OG. He's like the big bro.
Yeah.
We respect you.
100%.
It's like I can't fault Cody for that.
Oh, listen, I think it's probably a better move for him. To be honest, I mean, now all he's got to do is compete with Núñez, and let's be honest.
But see, my whole thing was we get Cody, right? Then we get Frankie.
But here's the thing. Think about it. If Frankie de Jong came to Manchester United in the summer, don't you think that would have had some sway?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So I think this summer was terrible for you guys.
It was absolutely terrible. And Ten Hag has tried to, make the best of it.
Yeah.
And he has. Don't get me wrong.
He's doing great.
I was not big on him, but
he's doing as good as anyone could do with that.
No, not Ten Hag, but one of his players. But he's been balling. Casemiro.
But we knew this with Casemiro, bro. This is why when people were like, "Oh, Casemiro's playing," he's a great player. Will he be in 2 years?
Yes, and that was my whole point. Everyone always tried to crucify me. I'm thinking long term. In 2 years, is this still going to be the same guy?
Casemiro for 30 million? Absolutely. Casemiro for 60 million? No chance. So once again, Manchester United get played. 60 million, probably 30 million overpriced. Bro, Antony, I mean, the guy doesn't even know he has a right foot.
You see how that hype died down? Going really crazy quick. About him in the first 3 games?
Really, listen, clearly he's a good finisher. Clearly he's pretty athletic. But bro, at some point you have to develop a weak foot or else you're going to be predictable. And that's exactly what he is. And for 85 million, it's just embarrassing, bro. He's a 45 million pound player, for sure. So I mean, all those signings, I just think you guys messed up big, And however, at the same time, if you guys get João Felix, which may or may not happen,
I see, and with João, he's still young.
I think that'd be a great signing.
I don't know about that. I feel like
as a loan deal for the rest of the season.
Okay, loan, yes, but not.
Oh yeah, no, just a loan deal.
Yeah, okay, I can see loan.
Loan deal.
Buying outright, no.
But
Loan, yes. Because my thing I was gonna say with João is, he's young, but I feel like his time has passed, man.
I think the opposite. I don't think his time has come yet because when
Atletico's holding him back.
Yeah, when you're playing Atletico, bro, you're not having fun. You're just not. All those.
Well, unless you're Griezmann. He had fun with Griezmann. I mean, he had fun with Atletico.
But surprisingly, Griezmann works.
He does. He
works.
does.
Off
He was really good with France in the World Cup.
He was
balled
great.
out,
bro. He buys in.
Yeah,
he buys in.
He does.
With we just talked about Mbappe and all the creative players. João Felix is a luxury player. He doesn't want to be doing all that. Even when we seen him play Man U and Man City last Champions League, he's not having fun out there, bro.
And that's my point. I'm very cautious because we already look. I don't know what it is, but that national team breeds a lot of
Think so?
those type of players.
Think so?
We had two of we had three of them.
Yeah.
One is Dallo. That's Dallo, right?
Yeah.
But Cristiano, we know who he is.
Dude, Bruno
Bruno
and Felix.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a recipe for disaster. Like you said, they're too luxury. They want a certain way. They want to be the man. We already saw Bruno was kind of.
Well, this is why you would do a loan, right? Because sure, you should have bought Gakpo, but your whole goal is to get top 4 this season. There's no other goal. There's no other thought. If I were you guys, I would just skip out on the tournaments. I would just be like, yo, we have to get top 4 because if you don't, this summer is going to be terrible. Who's going to want to come to Man United?
Oh, bro,
play in the Europa League.
That's what I'm saying. This is why this whole Gakpo going to Liverpool
so big,
bro. That is huge for us. That's terrible.
Do you think this signing, the whole Gakpo signing to Liverpool, and again, I would say stealing him from Man U?
Yes, hijacking.
Do you think that could be the difference between who gets top 4 this year?
Yes, that's how important it is. You want to know why? We just talked about Sancho having mental issues.
Yeah.
And then we know about how injury prone my guy Martial is.
Yeah.
And then we know how inconsistent Marcus Rashford is. Yep. We've seen Anthony in and out. What does that tell you? Ronaldo just left. We have no forwards that are consistent or available.
And Garnacho's not ready to be.
He's not ready to be that guy. Alanga sucks cheeks. So my thing was we needed this, bro.
Yeah.
Immensely. Because you could play him as a winger, you could put him as a striker, a false nine. It is he can play all.
He can play in those front 4 positions for sure.
Yes, bro. That's an easy grab. The
mil?
Glazers, what are you thinking, bro? What are you doing? You don't if we don't make top 4 and we have to go through Europa League again or the Conference League, bro,
Well, quick question.
Can't do it.
I mean, going back to Liverpool real quick, do you think Liverpool would have even went for Gakpo if Nunez was
No.
Isn't that crazy?
And
so what do you think their starting 3 is going to be, right? Because we know Salah's going to be on the right.
Right.
You buy a 70 million pound striker. Firmino's been your best striker. Jota, Luis Diaz when he comes back. Gakpo now?
So
what happens?
How as fucked up as it sounds, Firmino is at the bottom of that pecking order. He's probably been the best.
He's been the best this season.
Right. He's been the best this season, right? But I only say that because I think he probably should be their starting striker.
Yeah.
Right? But they seem to not respect him.
I think they respect him, but I think there's some politics at play. You don't again, much like how Jack Grealish is still playing. I don't know.
Yeah.
How.
Yes. Right.
100 million pounds.
Right.
At the end of the day, the investor, the club, they would like to see the value be retained at least. So you're going to play Nunez.
Yeah.
That
guy.
I mean, bro.
Does he have any IQ when it comes to the game? No BS. I know I joke a lot.
Apparently, I joke a lot too.
But what about him? What is going on? Like, it's at the point now. I get there may be a barrier coming from a different culture,
Yeah.
right? I get that 100%. But you have to adjust, or at some point you have to make a change.
I think he's got the tools. You know, the height, the speed. He clearly has moments, but I don't know, man. I think listen. These players, they don't make their price tags, right? They don't say, "Hey, I'm 50 million, I'm 100 million." But these price tags, they really do pressure these players, bro. You know, McGuire for 80 mil, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a pressure that comes along with that to live up to that price tag.
Yeah.
You know, Nunes, the same thing. Haaland, the same thing. All these Grealish, the same thing. So if you're getting bought for 70 mil and you miss one opportunity, then you miss another and another and another and another, at some point you're going to be like, damn. You know, the more misses, the more pressure. It's tough. If I was Liverpool and I had the luxury of talent that they had up front, I would work in Nunes so slowly into that team.
Yeah.
I would just just bang out these goals in the Carabao Cup. We'll work you into some games. We'll play you every now and then. Because you have, again, Firmino, Salah, Diaz, Jota. I think they have someone else. Now Gakpo.
See, and
Gakpo's coming right into the team, right?
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think so. And that is what scares me. Because I told you I don't believe that, Liverpool has reached the deep end and they won't be back. Yeah. I think they're going to be a threat. And I think they're going to be a threat for top 4. Now. Yeah. Like, obviously, City and Arsenal have cemented their spot. They're top 2, right? Newcastle is looking like it's going to be a hard outing to beat.
Yes.
Right?
I think they will come down.
I think so, too, right? I think they will, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. That 4th spot's up for grabs. Tottenham, United, Liverpool.
Not Chelsea, though.
They got to worry about Fulham and Brighton.
Yeah.
That's who they got to stay worried about, because Chelsea, and don't get me wrong, they had a impressive win. Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, you both get on the scoring sheet. They needed it. Reece James goes down, though. Again, which is sad. Sucks to see for him. Never want to see that.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm still not sold on those boys. I'm not sold at all.
Well, listen.
They won't be the same until they get their boy back. Their best player. And I'm going to let you take a guess of who that is. He won't be the same ever again.
Oh, Conte?
Yes.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done, but ever since he has not been the same player, they've fallen off. He's the glue for that squad. I
kind of do agree with that. They have so many average midfielders.
Yes. Terrible.
They're all 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, and that's the issue. They don't have a 9 out
of
10.
Exactly. Yeah, they're all average. They're quality.
Yeah. They're all, but my only issue with Chelsea is all I hear about is just they're going to buy this player, buy that. They've already bought 2 or 3 players before January even started. What are they going to do with them? I just think Chelsea's more of like an investment club, bro. You buy a player for 10 mil, you sell him for 30, 20 mil profit.
Yes, bro. To me, Chelsea, it seems like a club that money launders or something. I don't know. Well, they got something going on over there because it just seems straight business.
Well, I think they're doing a great job when it comes to, again, buy low, sell high. I think they're doing a great job. Their academy team produces a lot of great players. But, bro, I mean, at some point you have to deliver on the pitch, bro. And all these names, all these players, they're thinking about the 105 million for Enzo Fernandez. It's like, you're not doing it the right way, bro.
Yeah.
They're not doing it the right way. So I think, and with Graham Potter under so much pressure, obviously the whole Tuchel situation, they were like, was that the right move? New owners, Aubameyang, panic buy. I don't know. I think I agree with you. Chelsea is no longer in that conversation for top 4.
So that London squad, obviously not top 4 conversation, but there's one who looks like they won't be stopped this season, man. It's the squad you're chasing.
Yeah, Arsenal.
How do you feel?
Well, here's the thing, right? Again, I don't think Arsenal are... They will fall off at some point. They will have bad results at some point because they are just not deep enough. They're just not. I don't care what anyone says. They're just not. You get Partey out of that team, it's not the same team. Even if they do get results without Partey, it's just not the same team. Jesus is out. I think Eddie Nketiah had a good game, but he's not going to win you the league for the next 20 games. He's not going to do it.
Yeah.
They need a big January in order to secure or have a really, really good chance at winning the season. If they get Zaha or Mudryk or even João Felix, now we're talking. Now I'm scared. Now I'm sweating. If they don't have a big January, which I'm praying they don't, I'm cool. I'm at a point with the City now. I don't think they're going to lose a game. I don't think they're going to drop points for the next 3 months. I genuinely believe that they're just going to. I think City's at a point now where everyone's healthy, everyone's back. We're just going to start rolling over these teams. I just think we are. Bro,
I mean, I love the confidence, but
Alvarez just got off a World Cup. Haaland's still banging in goals, setting records. De Bruyne, while he did look a little overweight in the game on Wednesday, he's still one of the best midfielders in the world. A bunch of defenders, including now Rico Lewis. We've never had
Rico Lewis.
Bro, we haven't had a backup right back in like 3 years.
Cancelo.
And now, bro, Rico Lewis played well. Played really well. I just think we have a great team. And that's not a great team from 1 to 11. It's a great team from 1 to 18, from 1 to 23. We got a great team, bro. We haven't even seen Calvin Phillips. We've got like 6 defenders. Like, bro, we're chilling. I think we're going to win the league pretty comfortably if Arsenal don't spend in January. If they do, I think we're still winning, but it'll be a lot closer.
So, I mean, yeah, I think Arsenal definitely needs to spend in January. That's just something they have to do.
If they get Tielemans, Felix, Zaha, then I'm worried. And the reality is they can do all those deals for like they can do all those deals for like 50 mil.
So, yeah, because like Jesus is still hurt, right?
He's going to be out to like March, bro.
Right, exactly. That shoots them in the foot.
I don't like seeing players get injured, especially like a former City player. But when I saw that, I was like,
blessing. No, because
let's take it.
Let's be real. He isn't the like all in all deciding factor for Arsenal winning the title. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
because he's not a natural number 9. He doesn't knock in goals like that, right?
I would agree. He's not an out and out striker,
right? But he definitely changed the way that they started attacking and scoring goals, which was like assisting.
Oh yeah.
And involving himself sometimes and everything, right?
The way he plays, Nketiah cannot replicate the way he plays.
Exactly.
Even though Nketiah did score a great goal.
They're missing that now. They are missing that, and you need everything you possibly can have against Man City.
Yeah.
That's the Avengers.
Pretty much. That's
come on, bro. You need everything. And now you got Julian Alvarez thinking he's a little messy out here with Haaland. KDB, who's motivated because Belgium sucked ass in the World Cup.
I told you about them, by the way.
Bro, we didn't speak on that. What was with that? I don't even understand that.
That was the most predictable thing I've ever seen, bro.
Maturity though, I'm on everybody's part. What was it with the speaking now against the teammates, and then some teammates took planes home, and they got like what? It was just like, come on, man.
I don't know much about the drama. Here's what I do know. Much like how Southgate should be sacked, or should have been sacked.
You're saying,
bro, Martinez should have been sacked years ago.
Yeah.
Bro, they're still playing 5 at the back. Like, it didn't work for like 10 tournaments, and he's still playing 5 at the back. And, bro, Hazard scores like a goal in like a Real Madrid friendly, and now he's starting for Belgium. Oh, my God. Bro, right. Thierry Henry, listen, we all know he's one of the greatest.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, the guy doesn't know how to manage. As an assistant, as the manager, bro, that team is so much talent.
Oh, that's the biggest disappointment. But we always
let's stop this whole golden generation crap.
Right,
it's
exactly.
been over. There's all the same players, same manager. They finally got rid of him, but way too late. Way too late. Honestly, you put a good manager in that Belgium team 10 years ago.
Yeah,
they probably have a major trophy. They probably do.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
they got third in the World Cup last World Cup.
You have they have a solid team. You
And
have
great
arguably
individuals.
a top 3 goalkeeper. At one point, 2 top 5 midfielders.
And at one point, one of the best strikers in the world.
Exactly.
In Lukaku.
Vertonghen at one point was considered a respectable CB.
Yeah. Alderweireld. Yeah, you had
some
company
pieces.
at the yeah.
Yeah.
You're players, bro. Courtois. Like, bro, you're players.
Had players, bro. They just didn't.
They
I
just
don't
got
know.
the same losing manager. Not even. Bro, he can't even get he can't even get a job in the Premier League. How do you expect him to win a World Cup?
Hey, facts.
You know,
Facts. Yeah. I mean,
tough, bro. Some of these decision makers, bro, you can't even explain it. It's ridiculous.
yeah. No, I mean, I guess it was a pretty good well, I would say successful opening day back to Premier League. Your team won.
It was just all the big teams except
Right.
for Tottenham.
Exactly.
If you call Tottenham a big team, I don't know. But
I think they're falling off, man.
yeah, I think
Not worried about them.
there's nothing I hate more than Tottenham. Like watching them play,
Yeah.
I'd rather watch paint dry, to be honest with you. Like, terrible. And honestly, that's what you get, Tottenham, for holding on to Harry Kane, 127 million.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm so glad we waited and got Haaland. I'm so glad. So thank you, Tottenham. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's been a very phenomenal episode.
Yeah.
Talking with you again about all of these things that happened.
So much.
World Cup.
Bro, this could have gone for like 2 more hours
Yeah.
at least.
And before we end it, there are a couple things I do want to say. We finish up.
Yeah.
One is, rest easy to the great Pele. We got the news today. He passed away.
Today, yeah.
One of the greatest footballers of all time. Like a pioneer. He's like a Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I was about to say, obviously these types of things are tragic, but one of the good things about social media is that when these, tragic things do happen, people do die, whatever, we start to see their highlights, as people start posting highlights and all the accomplishments and cool facts and stuff. So on the positive, a lot of people that maybe didn't ever watch Pele or barely even knew who he was, which is kind of crazy, but true because all these kids are so young now. They get to kind of see, oh wow, this is the Pele, this is the great Pele,
Right.
and they see these highlights, and so obviously sad news, especially like around that World Cup time when he got sick. At that point, I'm like, man, it'd be kind of good if Brazil won.
Yeah.
Kind of just like good feeling and everything.
Yeah. But then, it's like, it's just a lot, man. Like I said, it's been crazy recently with everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So just want to take a time to,
R.I.P. to what some people consider the GOAT.
the GOAT, right.
Yeah, I
If
know
you
what
want to
happened
be, correct here, he is the GOAT in his own right. The only person to win 3 World Cups?
I mean,
I believe that's what it is. I think it's 3 World Cups.
I guess he is the GOAT.
It's a hard task to do right there,
Yeah,
man.
it's very difficult.
But, to finish off.
I think Messi could do it. No, I'm just...
Going from one Brazilian to another, you got Pele, but we got one in Man United and Casemiro, who has been balling right now, right?
Yeah.
Probably the best defensive midfielder in the world, unless you want to go with a guy that's over in Man City.
So I know we talked about this
Good old
earlier in
Rodri.
the season. I think when, honestly, when Casemiro first came to Man U, we were like, okay, who's the best? There's no question in my mind that you have to go with Rodri. You just have to. What?
On what basis? Please give me a
We're not talking career. We're talking like who's
like right now.
Yeah.
You're taking Rodri over Casemiro. Have you seen the last
No,
4 games for Casemiro?
Yes, the last 4 games. This is what I'm saying. So when you take a player who right now, you don't take him off the last game or the last few games matter, but like for the entire season, I mean, I don't know, bro.
What I'm saying is, I think Casemiro's last 4 games, which is essentially a month worth of work right there,
Has been better than Rodri's, yeah.
like a whole season of play. Yes, Rodri has not stood out like that this year.
Rodri had a bad start to the season.
He did.
He started balling.
He did.
I don't
Now
know.
he's been. Yes, right. He's
He
been
scored
like.
on Wednesday. He was great.
Well, he had to go right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to break you guys
I mean,
in.
it wasn't like some incredible goal.
And then Casemiro had to tackle to lead to Martial. I mean, Bruno Rashford and Martial.
Casemiro's been phenomenal. But you also have to remember, he's in a team that isn't phenomenal. Rodri's in a team that is. So when we're watching these games, you have to remember what Casemiro looks like a god in that Man U team. Rodri looks like another piece to the puzzle. So I don't know.
I do love that. I do love that because I think it's essentially the same thing with Cristiano from last year. Not saying that he wasn't like that good. He was good, but the overall compared to the talent,
we're comparing them to
levels.
An injured Martial and an inconsistent Rashford.
It's levels, bro.
Yeah.
And he's being compared to Scott McTominay and Fred.
Yeah, that's who he's getting a service from.
Yeah, like come on. So I will say this. I think the debate is closer than most people want to admit.
Much closer than. So when he first came in, I'm like, there's no shot. Rodri's been in the Premier League doing his thing. It's definitely closer now. Give me 2 more months of good Casemiro, and sure, I might hold up my hands, but I don't know, bro.
Guess we'll have to agree to disagree on this one, brother.
And last thing I would say on that, bro, remember, Rodri's holding out. I know Calvin Phillips has been injured, but he's holding out a beloved English player. So, you have to understand, sure, Fernandinho, he was never going to start over Rodri at his old age.
Yeah.
Now there's some real competition in that spot. There's not one Manchester City fan that's like, bring in Calvin Phillips. Let's see what Calvin Phillips can do.
Yeah.
We all know Rodri's the guy.
Yeah.
So, and who's Casemiro's competition? McTominay. So, the reality is, Casemiro could have 10 bad games in a row. McTominay's still not starting over him. So.
No, he's not. He's not. And
it's just situational. The reality is Casemiro's been fantastic.
All right, is he the best defensive midfielder in the league though? Because I know we're gonna end this real quick. We got Rodri, we got Casemiro, but there's a certain guy in Arsenal who may lay claim as well.
Partey?
Of course, he's been balling.
I'm a big fan.
He's been balling.
I'm a big fan of how he works in that team for sure. At the end of the day, he's got to do it for a whole season, and that's just because his injuries record has been terrible since he's got to Arsenal. He's played less than 50% of the games.
Yeah.
So, remember Fabinho? He dropped off massively.
I was gonna say Liverpool legend, but he's not the same anymore.
Not the same.
He's not the same. At one point, he probably was the best.
I would probably put Moises Caicedo from Brighton.
Okay.
Closer in the top 5.
He's having a good season as well.
So good.
Yeah.
And if you saw him for was it Ecuador? Yeah, for Ecuador. Yeah. Bro, such a good player. And he's 21.
Think he's gonna stay?
No. I was hearing today that he's being paid £3,000 a week.
Oh shit.
3,000? He's gonna go. He's gonna
yeah,
bro. He should be 100,000 a week player.
Yeah,
3,000.
Yeah, he's out.
But yeah, bro. Great return to the podcast. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, Ronaldo can return to professional football. No, it has been great. I have no idea how long this is. It's probably an hour and a half, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it feels like it, honestly.
Yeah, we've just been talking though, So with that, episode 49, you can follow us on all our socials at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at The Best of Rivals, on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcast at The Best of Rivals Podcast. And for myself, from Jay, all the football fans around the world. And yes, I know you guys wanted us back. Some of you wanted us back really bad. Some of you kind of didn't want us back because my opinions on Liverpool and Chelsea. However, it's good to be back.
Phenomenal.
Episode 49. We're out.